There was even one that said I was overqualified.
Are you not
So
sure?
I was shocked, dude. And it was because I even asked the question. If not, I wouldn't have known. I went for the interview, did the interview. Then when I got the fortunate mail that I'm not proceeding, now I asked for feedback. Where can I improve? The nurse said I was overqualified.
It's almost.
I was like, I'm the one that applied for the job. Give me the job. So why are you telling me I'm overqualified? That means I should be able to do 100% of the job.
Yeah.
But what they meant was.
Hello guys, welcome back to another inspiring episode of Tech Journey with the DeDataDude. I'm your host for today, and I'm the DeDataDude. Today we have an incredible guest who has been crushing it in the data space and making waves in environmental engineering, from conducting groundbreaking research in carbon sequestration to leading data initiatives at Thames Water. Our guest today proves that your background doesn't limit your tech possibilities. Give it up for Jesumbo Joseph. Jesumbo, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and Jesumbo's journey is fascinating, as in a perfect blend of environmental engineering and data analytics. With 3 degrees under his belt, as an amazing stuff to acquire and to get, and a track record of transforming complex data into actionable insights across multiple industries. It's not just analyzing data, but it's using it to create sustainable solutions for our future, for your future, for everyone's future. Currently, he's crushing it as a data analyst at Thames Water in the UK, and also paying it forward by mentoring the next generation of data professional at Genabyte. Talk about impact. Let's dive into your story. Can you please take us back to your early days? What sparked your transition from environmental engineering to data analytics? Was there any specific moment, that made you realize, okay, this was your path?
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. Great to share my experience and knowledge today. So, as you mentioned, my name is Jesumbo, and to answer your question, how did I get into data analysis, comparing it to my background in environmental engineering? So, I've always been good with numbers. Engineering is also a field that involves a lot of numbers. So, but when I relocated to the UK for my master's in environmental engineering, I viewed the space, did research on different roles, and I saw that there are lots of opportunities in the tech space. So I made some contact with a few people in the tech space: software engineer, product managers, business analyst, data analyst. And I looked at from that discussion, I was able to conclude that data analyst is what I'm best positioned for, because I'm good with numbers. I also have a bit of previous experience from Nigeria in data analytics, so I feel that would be easier for me to transition into. So I just decided to take, at that point, a course on Coursera, the Google Data Analytics course, to get a feel of what it is. And when I saw that there's a lot of potential there, I decided to teach myself by taking further courses on Udemy, taking courses on YouTube and the like. With a 6 months to 1 year period during my master's, I was able to learn a lot about data analytics. And it's that consistency in learning that enabled me, built me to where I am today. So that consistency to take those courses, to take those learnings and implement them on hands-on projects has really helped me to this point today.
Wow, that's amazing. Because I saw in your profile that you attended FUTA and your project was about using GIS. I was like, I studied remote sensing and GIS in FUTA.
Okay.
So I was just going to like, wow, this is nice. I know some folks also who utilize GIS method in their project, and like, wow, this is nice. And there are some I didn't even know, okay, they can actually relate GIS, into the world of data. GIS we also deal with geospatial data, and some couldn't even relate with it at all. About like, wow, this is amazing. And being like water, we can meet it anywhere. You can meet anybody, at any place. So you are mentoring over 25 junior analytics, professional. What is the most common struggle you see them face, and how does it compare to challenges that you faced, when you started your own journey?
Yeah, common struggles that most data professionals face: people trying to break into the industry, people that are completely not aware of anything about data analysis or people that are just trying to improve their skills. I think most struggles they face is consistency. So that's consistency in learning, because a lot of people are interested in different fields, different things. They do it for a week, a month, but they give up, or maybe they apply for some roles and they give up and move on to the next. I'll say consistency and commitment. So I think they're kind of related. So it's being consistent in learning, being consistent in showing up every day, improving your skills, improving your project, improving your application. And I myself feel that because, as I said, it was during my master's degree and being new to the UK, you are also working. So you also have to now combine that with learning. And because this is not most times if you are learning and you are learning on your own or learning in a boot camp, it's still something that requires self-discipline, requires yourself to motivate yourself to be consistent. Even if you are not seeing results for like a period, you are not getting any role, but you are just still learning. So that's what I faced at that time, but I just knew that this would pay off at the end, and I almost do not have any other choice. So for what I'm aiming for, I know I have to do this. I have to commit the time to learn. I have to bring back all my knowledge, all my previous experience, and culminate it to a point where I can be able to break industry. So I would advise people to embrace that habit of learning. You know that when you start something, you may not know anything. You may feel strange to you. You may be like, this is so technical, I may not understand it. But everyone feels like that at the point. And 3 months, 6 months down the line, you look at some software that you are working with and you're like, this is so familiar because you've worked with it consistently and you've stayed committed at it. So I would say people can overcome that struggle by determining to be committed to the learning process. And
wow. So from what you said now, you basically developed yourself through self-learning, through taking courses yourself. What is now your belief in people going for boot camps? There are a lot of boot camps in data analysis. Your belief is that okay, you don't really believe in it, or you believe in self-development than people going for boot camp paying huge amount of money. What is your say regarding that?
yeah, I'd say for bootcamp, it's a two-way side. It's two sides of a coin. So the learning process, I would say, bootcamp helps to provide a structure, a guidance, because a lot of bootcamp would have experienced professionals to guide you. They would also provide resources that it will take some time for you to find on your own, and also continuous support. So definitely important to join a bootcamp. And I myself, I mentioned a lot about the self-learning. I joined the bootcamp also. I joined the bootcamp.
Okay.
I had some previous learnings already, but when I joined the bootcamp, it reinforced my learning. Just like the learning process, also you may do some particular skills multiple times. You may learn Excel from a particular course and still learn another part of Excel. So when I joined that bootcamp, it was still similar to we were learning, but it was a different perspective, and it was also from someone else. And also, a bootcamp gives a structure where you have projects that hand you out to work on as a team. And also a lot of boot camps are also attached, have an internship attached, or a period where you are working on multiple projects with a team of people you are learning from. You have people to give instant feedback. But the other side to that is now that you do not want to rely 100% on a boot camp. You want to have your own additional learning that you are doing, which is what I also, something you are learning on your own, because boot camps may not be every day of the week. So you want to fill in those gaps with personal learning. You want to continue practicing. And also, after most boot camps are complete, they give you the basic and the starting. But you then have to go on to now work on multiple projects to reinforce your knowledge, to improve your technical skills, also maybe involving in team projects, collaborating with others, posting on social media channels like LinkedIn, professional channels, and the like. But you don't stop at whatever the bootcamp has given you. Take those resources, then you now develop them and you continue building on that. So it's a balanced approach. You can sign up for boot camps, you can join boot camps, but make sure you are also putting in the effort on your own to utilize those resources.
Wow. You'll be the first person that actually said the truth regarding that particular topic, because some people will say, okay, they did everything, they self-learned everything by themselves, like they watch YouTube videos and they won't actually tell people what they actually did. But here you are spilling it out, sharing what you actually did, that you did both camp and self-learning, that you combine. And there's not even way that you will successful at any boot camp and you won't do it in your own way, so that you need to go extra mile, learn it yourself. Understand? Because in my own case too, I did a boot camp in 2019 and the rest. were self-learning. Some people will be like, okay, I can do all this thing by myself, which is not actually true. People, they need to be in a community of, to where they can see people that are doing what they want to do. But some people that they lack commitment, they lack accountability. If such person wants to do self-learning, they just find out, okay, they easily get frustrated along the journey. They be like, they try A today, next month they try B, the following month they try C because they lack commitment and they are not in the right environment, right community. And thank you very much for that point. You actually say it all. So what is the most surprising challenges that people don't expect? You have mentored a lot of people in the data space. What are the most challenges that people don't actually expect about the face?
Yeah, I think one of the most challenges that people face and they don't really expect is the ability to communicate. So
Hmm.
you can teach a lot of technical skills. You can take videos on SQL, Power BI, and the likes, and within 1 week you are playing around those. But things like communicating is something you build over a long period of time. So communicating now is also translates to things like presentation. So in a role you find yourself as a data analyst, you've done all the technical, but if you cannot communicate that to your audience, then it's for nothing. It's your insights or your recommendations may not come across as you understand. So a lot of people, when they're learning, they can easily learn the technical skills, but that's learning those soft skills, communication, presentation, stakeholder management. I feel that's what a lot of professionals are usually lacking at today because it's not so straightforward to learn. You have to practice. There may be courses online that would help you, but most people don't go for it straightforward. They will go for the technical part. So, and when they are now when they now particularly need that skill, it may not be there. So I would say communication is one of the challenges that a lot of people, but to overcome it, or just people practice cases. So it could just be presenting to a group of friends, presenting to a mentor, communicating your analysis to people that are not technical, people that don't fully understand your field. But if you can communicate it to them and they understand it, then those are ways where you can improve your communication.
Okay, what can people, that they actually have the technical skill, but maybe they are shy to talk, or they lack the confidence. There are a lot of people that they can't face the crowd. They'll be nervous, and what can they, such people, what can they do to overcome these kind of barriers so that they can actually express themselves as the way they should?
Yeah, I would say it's so similar to what I mentioned. You can practice a lot, so you can start at your current point. So, what are you comfortable? It could just be yourself,
Yeah.
which could be recording yourself when you are presenting and watching it after and see how it is, see your mistakes or things you could improve on, and also you could watch videos online if you go on YouTube. Better ways to communicate, make research also on Google. You could see lots of ways to learn, but also not to give up. But if at a point it's not so positive about learning those kind of skills, there are also roles where you have just to focus on the technical bit, which is where you are an individual contributor. You
Okay.
do all the technical parts. You have team managers where you pass on the work and they do all the presentation. But I would say if you want to rise up well in your career, you want to grow further in your career, you definitely have to be able to you want to be able to communicate your insights, your recommendations. So if you are shy, you just have to start. Definitely have friends that you talk. You
Yeah.
have colleagues that you are closer to at work, so you can present to them, explain what you are trying to explain, and just move from there gradually. Learn every time you can improve on that skill.
Definitely, we can learn anything. There's nothing like it's not possible in as much as you set your mind to it. So let's move back to your unique background and you leverage on this. It's often this perception that you need to stick to one field. And how did you, navigate blending your environmental engineering, the background with data analysis, or let me say with tech generally? What does this, unique combination open? And, to definitely have both pros and cons. Can you just share your own shares?
So, as I mentioned, my initial background was in engineering. So, my bachelor's degree was in agricultural engineering, then master's in environmental engineering. But moving into data analytics, you find that it's a different field. So, if you want to branch into a different field or a different industry, you have to have the willingness to learn. So, willingness to learn. If you join a particular new role, try as much as possible be which is like a foam sponge where you soak in a lot of information. You take in a lot of information, you consume as much information as possible. Try to understand this new industry that you find yourself. So with that, you ask questions, you network with people, network on LinkedIn, network physically, go to networking events, you are able to learn a lot about the industry. So conducting research, watch different resources online on the particular industries that you are trying to break into. So you could be learning the terminologies, learning the particular KPIs and different data points relating to that industry. So as I was learning my data analysis, my first role was in digital marketing. Then from that moved into finance, and from that moved into utilities now, water and waste management. So that's like three different industries. So in finance, for example, there are different terminologies, different things that you track, different data that you analyze.
Yeah.
But when you get into a new role, you make sure you take your time to go through. There will be some default induction materials that are provided, but you also go the extra mile to learn a lot about that industry. You
Yes,
ask
yes,
questions.
yes,
You ask
yes,
questions from
yes,
your colleagues, ask questions from your manager, ask questions from other team members to learn as much as possible. And with that, you'll be able to break into any industry. And in tech generally, moving from a different background, most tech related roles, they would have the obvious bachelor's degree and master's degree that may be related, but practical part of most tech we still have to self-learn. There are people that graduate computer science, but if they want to break into a particular role, they still even have to learn things like web development and data analytics. So if you do not have a degree in that, then you can also learn it just like everyone will learn.
yes, yes, yes. This will definitely be useful for some professionals. For example, someone messaged me that okay, she's a nurse, but she wants to transition into tech. That their her background is kind of like not encouraging her to go forward with the tech stuff because nursing is totally different from tech, and the knowledge is different, the experiences are different, you understand. So this will actually provide answers, for such situation. And so for the adaptability across industries, you have worked, in multiple industries, even in the UK, like the utilities, as you mentioned, the finance, marketing, and consulting. So what has been your approach in adapting and thriving in such different environments and delivering successfully?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier, willingness to learn and willingness to ask questions. So there's nothing that is not learnable time. You are able to learn. So if you get into a new industry, data analytics involves making extracting insights and making recommendations from that insight. But if you do not understand what you're working on, there's no way you'll be able to draw conclusions from it. If you do not understand the premises, so now when you join a new industry, you want to take your time to learn about that. So learn the terminology, learn what is the goal of the company. General companies have similar, so they want to reduce costs, they want to make profit, increase efficiency. But what they are increasing efficiency of may not be the finance company be increase efficiency on maybe customer satisfaction or profit that you are making each customer. But a utilities company may increase efficiency on delivery of their service. The rate at which they deliver their services at the minimal cost as possible, they are still similar to each other. So when you are working across different industries, you are able to transfer some skills from industries from different places to each
Yeah.
other. So the calculations are similar, the soft skills are similar, technical, but the domain knowledge is what you just have to learn in as fast as possible, as short time as possible. But also, we're mentioning a lot of transition. You also do want to settle down after a while. So at the beginning point, start as a generalist when you are not
Yeah.
fully grounded in a particular industry, especially when you are looking for your first, second role. You may be open to multiple industry. With time, we want to specify in a particular industry so that you are a subject matter expert in that. And
Oh,
also, like the example of the nurse that you mentioned now, there's also a place of looking at your background when you are applying for roles or when you are choosing a particular industry to start your tech career. You can leverage on your domain experience. So as a nurse now, you have a lot of understanding of the healthcare industry compared to someone that is starting afresh. So if they are mentioning some terminologies, a nurse would understand it faster. So if you now learn to be a data analyst, then you apply to healthcare roles like the NHS in the UK,
wow,
you would understand a lot of things better.
wow,
So
wow,
if you have a background in industry, leverage on that, combine it, scholar tech skill that you are learning and apply it to those industries.
wow,
With
wow.
that, you nail it.
That's an actionable insight for everyone that is looking to transition into tech, but they have been thinking that their background or their current experience is limiting them. It's not limiting you. You should see it as your unique selling point. Just as he said, okay, if you are a nurse and you transition into tech, maybe you learn data analysis, you will be prioritized. If you will, for example, in the UK, you now want to apply for any data role at NHS because you have the healthcare experience already, and it will be easier for you to learn the domain knowledge and also understand something that they want to solve the business problem and everything. And trust me, you will make it big and easily grow your career in that aspect. So let's talk about your journey to your current role. What strategies did you use to stand out in the UK job market? So how did you even navigate the UK job market yourself as an immigrant? Because many people face this problem. Okay, I'm looking for a job for like months, several years, but I cannot find any job. Because is it because I don't have experience? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I don't know people? Is it because my CV? Is it because of what? So what are your strategies, that you used and the one that you can advise people to use also?
Yeah, great. Thank you for that question. So, in breaking into the industry, landing your first role, there are a lot of factors that contribute to this, and some of them are necessary, or I would say compulsory, but some are good to have. So, you don't know the perfect combination of things that would help you land your role. So, first of all, the obvious one, your CV. So, your CV now has to have all the or majority of the skills required to be a data analyst or any particular role you are applying. So what you want to first do is during your learning process, maybe you understand the basics of data analysis or any role you are trying to break in. Try to research job descriptions of roles you are trying to get to. Just go to LinkedIn or Indeed, search data analyst, search business analyst, business intelligence analyst, see the job requirements. If you check about 10 to 15 job requirements, see the common factors, common things that you do. One thing you now have to make sure is you learn those and make sure that they are apparent, they are present on your CV. In your if you have work experience relating to it, you point them out. So now another thing that a lot of people now have, because you might require work experience and not have that work, what you now want to do is work on project. Have hands-on project where you apply those. So if you have learned SQL, Excel, Power BI, Python, or any other tool, work on hands-on project to showcase your skill. And when you work on the project, obviously you now have to share it with the public. So sharing it with the public could mean posting it on LinkedIn, posting on Medium, posting on Twitter. Then also you could also having a GitHub portfolio. So GitHub portfolio is a way to have your work online, also a way to collaborate with others. But in this situation, you can have your project online. So if you use SQL for an analysis now, you can have it in your GitHub portfolio, put the code there, and also maybe an explanation of your analysis. So in this process, you are trying to replicate work experience. You are trying to assume you are a current data analyst and you are working to also build your skill as you are working on those projects. And in this case, make you stand out in job market. So now creating a portfolio, keep it at GitHub, go further and also create a portfolio website. It's also a portfolio website will be a website where you have images and the actual projects that you worked, few projects, 3 to 5 projects across the different roles, across different industry or a particular industry. If you are focusing on one, then that portfolio can be there to showcase your skill. So if it's also a GitHub portfolio, it also works fine. It can be there to showcase your skill. So that's that. Then also an active LinkedIn presence. So an active LinkedIn presence, and I'm sure the DeDataDude can attest to this. He has a very active presence. I also do. You hear what you are working on online. So if you are learning something, you mention you are building a project, share it. Then you also connect with other data analysts and people in the data industry. Then if you also learn something and you feel you want to share that knowledge, you also share it. It shows that you are learning. It's reinforced learning. When you apply for, they could search you on LinkedIn. Sometimes it's also good to have in your CV a link to your LinkedIn if you have your GitHub profile and your portfolio. If you have, when you apply for role, stand out, because an application could be 400 applicants. There could be 200 people that are not qualified at all, or 300, 100 that are qualified, 10 people that have portfolio, or so those 10 top. So if you have a portfolio, that's an extra point. So then when you now move to the subsequent process, because getting interviews are not be landing. So when you now get to interviews, you also now want to make sure you do your research. So doing your research will involve researching the company, then researching the role to understand what is required, what the job requires. So this will now be going back to the job description, see what are the particular things that have been outlined that they require. When you are answering questions during interviews, you now want to make sure you tailor your experience to those requirements. So if they ask you, tell us the time where you have analyzed the large data set, you don't just tell them, I analyzed the large data. Try to explain the entire project. And a good thing to mention here is the STAR method answering interview. STAR method, situation, task, action, and result. So you tell the situation of what you are doing, which role you were in, and what company or which project you were working on. Task, what are you trying to achieve? Action, what action you took, what you use, technical use, the analysis you went, type of analysis you did, and the results, insights you got, or the conclusion of your analysis, or did it lead to further analysis. Answer questions in this ways positions you better during your interview. Then also just continuous learning, perseverance, rejection. During your learning process, start applying, but you could be getting some opportunity, and it's almost unavoidable. No matter how you are, if you apply for jobs, you get some negative. So, but do not let those negatives stop. I can attest to this, and the data can also attest to get a lot of opportunity. But just 1 year is enough to land you that role. It's enough to break you to this industry. So, but you don't want to continue doing the same thing and expect a different result. What you now want to do is continuous learning, continuous improving of your CV, improving of your LinkedIn, improving of your portfolio or GitHub profile, and showcasing all that online, because you don't want to keep all that to yourself. All the learning, all the projects you are working on, post it on LinkedIn, share it online, post your portfolio, and keep applying. And with that, you definitely land the role now or later.
Oh, well, as you have said it now, there are millions of people, not only in the UK, that are foreigners, in a particular country. So if they are hearing the strategy that they may think that, okay, I can actually do this thing like it's easy as he said it. So can we just analyze, okay, based on your own story? Is it that as you got to UK, you finish your master's degree and you just secure the job? Just like that. So can you just tell us the real story? For example, in my own case now, I did, not even I did, I was first rejected as a kitchen porter before they even reconsidered me. Okay, just give you, a chance. I was like, yeah, I rejected someone like for a kitchen porter. When you live some lives in Nigeria, you be like, okay, I need to survive in the UK regardless. Just do what you see. I have my own story, and I know the kind of struggles and challenges I face. Even sometimes, be like, I did I even come to this UK? But another thought to just be like, okay, you are here for a purpose. Just keep going, regardless of any temporal, issues or challenges or that I was facing then. So can you take us through that journey, or maybe? You may be the type that you didn't even do any manual job, like just, switch from being a student to a professional straight.
Yeah, so my journey was also like that. Moved to the UK, then started my master's. But obviously, due to being an immigrant, you are limited to only working 20 hours a week. So you are almost not able to land a lot of professional jobs. Definitely have to start working within 1 or 2 months for getting to a new environment, because bills that would come in. So I also did a manual job. I think I worked at a warehouse for a few months. So
Try
work there.
Can't do that job.
Yeah. That's why it's a few months, as I said. So I had
Wow.
to stop it when it started being too stressful.
I even remember when me and my friend, we were even like, you just want to get job and just see one or two things to do, because okay, let's just end this pounds too. So we even paid. We went to this area. I've forgotten the name. There is a storehouse there, so they said they need people that can work in the warehouse. So we went there. I think the amount that we spent as still fares, up to £40 or £30. That was the only thing that even paid me. Someone that never earned £1 before, still conversing around and spending that kind of money. And we got there, we just show a paper, thinking that maybe they will call us. I'm like, wow, what's this? And some experiences like that. It got to the point that I was going for this interview, support worker. So as I wanted to enter the company environment, I was like, do I even want this? I'm tired. Then I went back immediately, like, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm tired. I'm not doing this. I was just doing based on what people told me. Okay, these are the only ways in the UK. Then I never exposed to some information there. So people I met, they influence my thinking. They influence what I was seeing then. So I could not even see more than just care worker or support worker.
Yeah.
So I kept applying. There's some interviews. Got to a point, my mind stopped. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this again. Like, and I got to a point that they'll be calling me that, am I not coming for the interview today? Like, I'm not coming. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People face a lot of struggles, and people, we even thank God that we went through it and we're able to,
Yeah.
that we can share the testimony, that we can share the story of that. There's someone current situation it's not the final
Not
destination.
permanent.
That's what will make your own story unique, so that I can share it with other people. So I'm sorry for even continue. Please continue your story.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, yeah. So it was just as you were saying, I had to warehouse job, start earning. Or during those period, I'd already starting taking those courses on YouTube, taking those courses on Udemy, because as you also mentioned, I didn't want to do that for too long. I didn't want to continue that because even on your body, it's super stressful, and you definitely know this is not the career path interested. So luckily, I was able to now find a freelance data role. So it's more like a data quality role where you comment different AI results online. So with the advent of AI, we have organizations that work on AI, but they need human interaction. They need people to review those results and improve those AI. So you make comments, rate what artificial intelligence has produced, then they use that to train the models better. So I landed that role. It was a freelance role, and with time I was able to study many jobs and just focus on that. So it was also part-time, so it was not a full-fledged job because tasks are not there continuous, not a 100% available role. But from time to time, when there are tasks, I do them, and they were enough to get me by. So this, cover my bill. So this also now enabled me to have more time to learn, because fully remote, you don't have to go anywhere, unlike other roles. Afford me enough time to learn. And same way as I knew I want to break into the industry during my master's, as soon as January, I already started applying, and I was yet to graduate by September. So I was already applying as soon as February, even though I was still learning. But as I was applying, as I'm saying that I'm not getting any interviews, I know I need to learn. I need to improve this CV. Soon as I started getting interviews, I got like 2-3 interviews. Some were time, I couldn't work full time, and the role ended there. Some were part time. They said there was even one that said I was overqualified. So it was a
Please pause. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Are you not shocked?
I was shocked, dude. And it was because I even asked question. If not, I wouldn't have known. Like, I went for the interview, did the interview. Then when I got the unfortunate mail that I'm not proceeding, I now asked for feedback. Where can I? They now said I was overqualified. And what they
It's on words.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm the one that applied for the job. Give me the job. So why are you telling me I'm overqualified? That means I should be able to do 100% of the job.
Yeah.
But what they meant was, technically, they only needed Excel. At that point, I knew Excel, SQL, Power BI. And they also felt that the role was, I think, not a full data analyst role. I think it was like administrative
data entry stuff.
Data entry stuff. So they felt at that point, if I come into the role, I may not stay long before I move into a better one. So they wanted to take someone else that would maybe stay longer. So and I couldn't predict the future, but that's just their perspective. So overqualified. I was about to reply them that, don't worry, I would stay. Don't worry. That means I can do the job, right? What is it?
The first person that tell me that you received an email from a recruiter that he was overqualified for your job. Wow, you deserve an accolade.
But continued applying, did some interviews that were also still ended in negative response. But I think the particular interview that landed my first role at Cabot was now at, I think, around August or July 23. So then did that, and coincidentally, it was just when I got the role, did the interview, was successful. The role was start even in August, while I was still studying. Finishing up my project then.
Wow.
And I even had to tell them, allow me start by September, which was immediately a week after my final project defense. So I was just lucky that it was immediately after I graduated and I started. So, but it was just grace, luck, but obviously a lot of preparedness and effort also putting into learning, because I started learning early. I also started applying early, always improving all through that learning phase. But at the end, you see a lot of just random luck that could affect one's chance.
You know that I cannot actually call it luck, because you put on your own effort.
Yeah.
You understand? You have been learning, you know what you wanted, and you went for it. You're learning day and night.
Yeah.
started applying and you were getting interviews from the interview process. You are learning some things. Okay, you are like you need to upgrade yourself in this area and what now happened is that your preparation met with an opportunity and you grab it, and grace now crowned your effort with success. Wow. Congratulations for that once again. Thank you very much. So, as an instructor, you are clearly passionate about helping others to break into, what motivates you to give back? Is it that you just like it, or what is the most rewarding part? And also, what is the most rewarding part of mentoring? Is it because, okay, you just want to mentor? Because people also mentor, what is the motive behind you doing this?
Yeah, I really just want to give back. I just want to share knowledge with passionate learners. So I remember myself when I was learning, join the boot camp, and that boot camp really helped because when you are learning from, you have people that you converse with, even other learners. So that environment really helped, and it also another thing that it helped was also shows you how you can work in a team, how you can collaborate with others. From that, I have always had a passion for sharing knowledge. So even when I was still learning, I was still teaching others, I was still pointing others to resources. And when the co-founders of Genibit, which are Idris and Samuel, invited me to be an instructor, I was happy to take a chance. I knew I would be able to share. And another positive for myself is also teaching others makes me to learn more, because when you are teaching, you make sure you do enough research so that you are ready to also learn a lot of things along the way when you do things more repeatedly than your day-to-day job. Since you are teaching people repeatedly from the scratch, you go to the basics. And also the second point, the most rewarding thing is seeing people start from scratch and seeing them grow. Most rewarding thing about teaching others, because a lot of people, when you first encounter them in the first phase, they are not able to use even Excel or SQL. So a lot of people have not seen SQL or Power BI before, and within the space of a few months, they are able to do analysis using those tools. So seeing that growth, seeing the possibility, seeing the impact you have had on that person is a great joy and great reward in itself. So that's
kudos to you in that, in doing that. It's not everybody that can do that. Some are old knowledge, like they just keep it to themselves. But is an opportunity, and people should always celebrate people that are always willing to give back, to the society, either paid or unpaid. Because if we don't have people that are giving back what they know, how will someone like us learn and also upgrade, so that we are not outdated. You understand? So let me quickly take us back to how you navigated the UK job market. Is it that did networking take any significant impact in landing your roles in the UK?
I would say particular roles I landed were just direct applications. I think one was on LinkedIn, one was on the company's website direct. I would say the positive, the benefit of networking for me really came from getting resources to learn, validating my knowledge, and just talking with other data analysts. Because when you network, you see what other data analysts are doing, you can learn from them. For example, on LinkedIn, a lot of my feed, I see a lot of dashboard that other people develop. I learn from it. So sometimes if I see a dashboard I like, I save it, I bookmark it, and later on I can study it and see some things that as a human being I can just see that this dashboard. If for portfolio, for example, I look at other people's portfolio length. And also in the beginning stages, I reached out to people. They shared resources, shared YouTube channels and courses. So I would say also just to mention here, so that people that are listening, people that may want to break into data analysis, there are channels online. Just search data analysis channel, you find some. So there are some specific ones like Alex the Analyst, Udemy, you search, I think Maven Analytics, they have course Excel and the like. So those are courses and a lot of those courses, I didn't just find them on my own through networking. So if I meet a data analyst, they could share me 2 or 3 courses on Udemy that they used in their learning process. Also sometimes it may not even be directly, it may not be someone that sent it, but maybe someone completed a project from a particular channel. Like I click the link, it takes me to the YouTube channel where that person got the video. So through that way, now all my feed, my network on LinkedIn, for example, is full of data analysis, data science, data likes, all data professionals. So you kind of rub off on each other, even directly or without directly conversing. And you also meet people just like I was able to meet you also on that channel. But the actual direct jobs was just application, applying, got into landing. That's how it happened for most of.
It is undeniable that you are a talent for you to be able to get, to secure not even a single job, multiple roles just via normal application. How you were able to win over more than maybe 200 people, because I know how tedious, bad LinkedIn application can be. No. I was able to think about it. Sometimes I be like, I don't want to use LinkedIn to apply for a job, because you just see one job within 1 hour, 500 applications. Like,
I think they even changed it recently. Now I think now they put over 100 applications because they know that when people see 400 plus applications, people are just like, nobody wants to apply.
No. So thank you for that. Mostly everyone, not even immigrants alone, mostly people that are, looking for a job, at some point in their life, they will have their lowest point. They'll be like, that point that they were thinking of giving up or thinking of doing what people say they should do, where they just want to follow their own dream, and they want to follow their own, to fulfill their dreams. How did you push through, through that phase, your career?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, everyone's situation is different. Everyone has dynamic situation. People have family, people are, as you mentioned, people are immigrants, people are citizens and the like. So may have different reasons for breaking into tech, and you also have different deadlines, things that you can withstand. So, but a general rule is, one, have something doing. So if you are in a role, stay in that role. If you need to work, get a job and be working. But make sure by the side you are doing that learning, you are doing those applications, you are doing that improvement. So with that, you will know that eventually you will land a role. Also, when you see other people that are getting that what you want, which is maybe a job, maybe a better role, connect with them, learn from them. You cannot just watch them, and you can also connect with them directly. You'll be able to learn from them. Then also actually celebrate them, actually be happy. That way you are get a lot of positive energy from that, learn from that, and be able to persevere. You know that it's possible. So if you see someone similar story, maybe even different, but they learned as a data analyst and able to land a role or whatever you were trying to do, they were able to do it. You know that it's possible, and just hold that at the back of your mind that if you are able to do this and this, and you continue at it, at one point, statistically you should be able to get this. Just keep at it. But I know it's definitely not going to be easy. But you think of it that what other options do you have? Do you want to know what you are doing? Do you want to just stay see that? Definitely do not want to continue. You want to land the role, you want to break into this industry, then you know you have to just keep at it, be consistent, keep learning, and everything will all make sense.
That was a great answer. Thank you so much. So, for someone like me, I had a misconception about UK job market. You understand? And the one was that I had in the beginning was you can just apply for job easily based on what people have said in Nigeria. Don't worry, when you get to UK, you will get job easily. Even for a cleaning role, you will have to draft a cleaner CV. These were the things that were shocked. This is not how they do it in Nigeria or in other country. Why is UK job market like this? You understand? So what is your own biggest misconception that you had to overcome?
Yeah, so just like you said, you think you get into the country, you land the role immediately, and you'll be like, you have a master's degree, you have this and that, you should be able to land the role straightforward. But you find out that even for roles that are even like mania jobs and all the likes, you still even have to put an application, you still even get unfortunate or unfortunately and all that. So you wonder why you land the role. Just similar, but with time you kind of adjust. You know that you have to tighten your belt, put in the work and put in the applications. But every location is different. Every Canada, US, all over the world is different. But once you just get them, try to learn from others, try to network with people that have done what you want to do, which is maybe land the role, learn from them and persevere. You definitely. But it's always different in different countries. So
yes.
You get there if you
Thank you very much so far. This has been a great section, and I'm very sure people watching this will definitely learn a lot from this. What is your biggest lesson that your journey has taught you about what is possible in life? not only in tech, in life generally?
Yeah, I would say generally in life, just take a learning and be a lifelong learner. I think that's one thing that has been consistent in my life so far. So it doesn't matter what field you find yourself. Have passion for learning, have a passion for excellence. So anything you are doing, learn as much as you can about it. As you mentioned, as data analyst, you learn all the tools. You still see that you want to stand out. You go ahead to learn Python, learn large language models, learn AI, learn everything you can about that growth. But you take it as a process. Have that willingness to learn, even if you are in a role and you are not like looking for your role, still be taking courses to improve your knowledge. Because one, the world evolves, your field also evolves. So if you are not keeping up to date, you'll be left behind. Then you yourself as a person, if you do not evolve, kind of feel stuck. You may be at the top of your role at the moment, but there are better roles out there, there are higher roles out there. So always keep learning. So if you are starting afresh, still at the base, you are learning. If you are at the midpoint, you are learning. If you are already at the top point, keep learning. So that's one general key in life. So, and it's not even about being a tech person, could also be in different role that you are taking additional course, learning from your colleagues, learning from mentors, learning from role models and the like. So taking that lifelong learning approach to life can help you to do anything, like can help you achieve anything, because everything is learnable. And with our economy, our world today, we have a lot of information online. You have YouTube, you have LinkedIn, you have positive and negative information. But if you focus on learning, consume a lot of knowledge, if you network with the likes, you can achieve anything. That's just my point.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To wrap it up, I'm very sure you have this one thing that you wish someone had told you earlier. Like that one thing that you wish, okay, someone has told me earlier how I wish I know this. What is that thing? Do you have?
I would say aim for excellence in everything you do, because even not for others, just for yourself, be more happy with yourself when you aim for excellence. Aim not to be mediocre. So whatever you are doing, even if you feel maybe in your role you are working for a company, you can just be doing embarrassed, but actually putting in your best, good for you yourself. Putting in your best in every. So during my undergraduate degree, my first few years, I was just laissez-faire about the whole thing, just doing the barest minimum. But when you are getting your grades and you are saying something not good compared to what you believe you can, and I was able to just, I think I particularly had a lecturer that me, and from then on, I just aim to do my best in anything I'm doing. And this is aside academics, to just be as simple as doing a task, completing something, or sending someone something. To aim for excellence in all you do. So I think if I learned that earlier, things could be different. But at this point, that I know that, I make sure I just do that in everything that's involved in, have that touch of excellence. So it will set you apart, roles in your professional journey, because you are aiming for excellence. Also, you'll be able to decide to learn a lot. So just aim for excellence. That's one thing. So like tell my youngest went back in the past. So
Wow. I will make use of that. I will add it to my notepad. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So people want to know what is next for you and what excites you about the future, not only in tech, but just the future in general.
So I personally, first talking about my journey and my career, I want to develop leadership roles. I want to improve on my technical skills, improve on my soft skills. And I also want, as you mentioned, the world now is moving into AI, large language models. So I want to learn more about AI, learn about what are the present technologies in the data space. So I'm always learning on that. Then next for me, life generally, just get better at life, connect with people, meet new people, travel the world, explore life in general, and just
take me along when you're traveling the world.
travel the world and just enjoy life and enjoy yourself and build a career and become successful in everything in life. So that's
Wow. This is amazing. What an incredible journey so far. Wow. It has filled with a lot of actionable insight. Trust me, and even me personally, I've gained a lot of things. Even especially the one you said, one thing that you wish that someone told you earlier. Thank you so much. So before we wrap it up, please tell people where they can connect with you, where they can follow your journey. Maybe share your IG, your LinkedIn, anywhere people can connect with you.
Yeah. I'd say the best channel for me to connect is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, you can find me at Jesumbo Joseph Oludipe. So Jesumbo Joseph Oludipe. My name is quite unique, so you probably just see me directly. Search my name. So connect on LinkedIn. I most likely connect with people, reply to everyone because I'm always willing to connect with people, network with, learn from others, and also teach others. So you can find me at LinkedIn at Jesumbo Joseph Oludipe. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. So, hello, guys. Wasn't this amazing? So, if you enjoyed Jesumbo's stories and insights, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube at DeDataDude. Follow us on TikTok at official DeDataDude, and also join our community on Discord. You will see all the links in the description, and also drop in the comment what resonates most with you from Jesumbo's journey, and what questions would you like to get answers to in the future episode, and who else do you want to hear their story. You what we would like to hear that tech story in the next episode. And remember, your dreams are valid. As we can see, Jesumbo stories shows us that with the right mindset, with early preparation and better strategies, anything is possible wherever you are, even if you are a foreigner in a foreign country. So next week we are pushing forward, and we are bringing another inspiring stories to help you navigate your tech journey. Until then, keep pushing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep enjoying. This is the Data Dude, reminding you that in tech, the only limit is your mindset. Thank you very much. Bye.